And we're back. What's up, guys? It's your boy Rich T, and it's time for Grand Arena. So I recorded this because I wasn't sure if my recording was going to work or not, if it was going to last. A lot of times my recording will just cut off like in the middle for no reason, and it's just a big waste of time, and I was dreading doing this. So I decided to just start recording, and if it worked out, it worked out, and I would just kind of voice over record it later, which is what I'm trying to do now. And if it didn't work out, then I just wouldn't post, and we'd go from there. But it did work. It lasted so long that I forgot about it, did a territory battle or two, and then realized I was still recording and stopped it. So, here we are. We're back. It's been a while. Sorry it's been so long, but, you know, motivation is difficult sometimes. And, you know, I don't want to suck all the fun out of GAC. GAC is my favorite thing in Swugga. And if it starts to become too much of a job or a chore, then it's really not worth it. So I might as well just not record, not post, and just have fun playing. So yeah, that's what I did. I started the recording and just played how I would normally play, and figured I could just record over it later, and I could fast forward, I could pause, I could rewind, and I could have a little bit more control over what I show. So I did a practice run of this before I did it in Grand Arena, and I'm not sure exactly where I went wrong. But it didn't go as well in Grand Arena.
You have something I want.
I just kind of ran out of time is what happened. So I'm interested to watch this with you guys on a second viewing for me, first viewing for you guys, and kind of see, was I going too slow at some point? Because that's basically what happened, is I ran out of time. Or did I make a mistake with how I played it? Not using an ability at a particular time? This is basically what I do against some really heavy hitters in my squad arena when I practiced it. I keep Cat locked down. I do a lot of swipes. Usually I do enough swipes that I just end up one-shotting people eventually. I think one thing that I did more of is I got a lot more of those stabs that give you the stacks. Because I feel like I had a lot more than 140 stacks at this point doing my swipes. I'm realizing I'm running out of time real quick here, and I need to step it up. So I start swiping as fast as I can, but it's really not doing as much damage. Guess I should have stunned Padme there instead. They were getting a lot of turns though. I think he had a really fast squad. I think if we had another 30 seconds, a few more swipes would have probably did it. All these bonus attacks just eat up the time, dude. Didn't even get another swipe, really. Yeah, so I was upset. Upset. Very upset. I did not like that outcome. I did not like wasting my Kylo. I did not like losing the first battle of Grand Arena. So one thing I've been doing lately is instead of waiting until the last hour or two to attack and putting off Grand Arena until the next day, I've been getting it out of the way the night before. One thing I was really what's a good way to phrase this? I was altered when I started Grand Arena, and I think my brain was not firing on all cylinders. So I think that played a role. But I like doing it the night of and not feeling like I have to rush around my day the next day to get home in time to do Grand Arena, or feeling like I'm under the gun. Sometimes seeing what your opponent is able to accomplish first helps. But I feel like with the meta right now, I think, well, and depending on what counters you're using, like these are my counters. Could I have done a different counter against Kenobi? Yeah, I could have. But that's a really consistent counter for me. That's a really, really rare occurrence that Kylo doesn't beat that. The other most consistent counter is a mirror match. And I want to keep my Galactic Republic Kenobi squad on defense, because you have to throw something really solid at it. Now, I am able to beat it when I go back to it. But I'm not sure if it would have won out the gate. I think one of the reasons, and we'll see, I don't know exactly. This is something I've been thinking since yesterday, is that I'm thinking one of the reasons why it did work so well is because it wasn't a first run out the gate. Some cooldowns were burned. Cat didn't have like a one-shot queued up like right away. But I don't know, I could be wrong. We'll see. This to me is a really consistent counter. On the counter list, this doesn't seem to be an insanely popular counter. I know people use it, but it's definitely not up there in the top counters for Lord Vader. I see a lot of Bo-Katan. I see a lot of other galactic legends. But you know, Kenobi. I feel like you see Bane for everything. Bane, people use Bane as a counter for everything. Reva, Leia, so this guy doesn't have, like, he's got a few like mediocre squads on defense along with his legends. His dash team doesn't even have a Datacron assigned. Trey is no scrub, but so now with what I've got left, what do I choose? That's the question. What do I have for... I've got 3 Galactic Legends left. Let's look up some counters. So who do I want to do first? Clean up Kenobi. Make sure we're even going to be able to get through this squad. So I do not have Jedi Master Kenobi, and now I do not have SLKR. So what is the next best counter here?
There's been no one for so long, so long. Who are you? You.
Bane is the next one, but he's got Malak as the secondary. And I guess that's so he'll get targeted for the insta-kill. Now I don't know if that's guaranteed, because she will insta-kill Bane. Bane is not a Galactic Legend, and if she hits Bane with the insta-kill, it will insta-kill him, and then there goes that counter. So remove the cooldowns, the buffs. That helps a lot. Do it again. Boom. Big hit. I'm really curious to see if Bane is of similar caliber once his Datacron goes away. I'm not convinced that it makes that big of a difference. It may, but I'm not convinced that Datacron. I feel like those Omicrons are going to
They make you look taller.
I think they're going to keep him up at the top, killing GLs with the same frequency. But we'll just have to see. I mean, I'm sure that the Datacron makes a big difference, but how big of a difference, I wonder. There's a couple times I could have done his first special and probably one-shot everybody. But I wanted to make sure that if it didn't, like that right there, people weren't going to have the cooldowns to take me out. So I want to keep doing this. Eventually you'll ramp up enough that it's going to do almost as much damage as the first special, but maybe not almost as much. Who knows?
But I will make you share my pain.
Whack. So at least we got that down. I'm pretty positive at this point that I'll be able to clear. The question is, you know, am I going to drop any more battles and do any cleanups? This Leia counter works pretty darn well, pretty consistently. I don't want to use Adrad Jyn. I want to use Adrad and Jyn, but I don't think it's a good idea to do so because I may need to use that somewhere else. Excuse me. So, I really like using Mothma. I know a lot of people like using Mothma as a cleanup. I don't like using Mothma as a cleanup. Whatever Mothma is going to clean up, Imperial troopers can usually clean up. And I really like having her versus this Rey counter because she gets to call that extra dude. I forget what he is, a scout or whatever he is. She calls him, and it gives you 6 characters on the field to spread out that Rey ultimate damage. And I feel like that makes a big difference. Let's get him out. Maybe he can bait a whirlwind. I feel like he's really useful in the Ray counter. Okay, so Baze took that and didn't die. That's even better. Because we'll get him back up to hide everybody but that guy. We can always call that guy back again once Mothma's cooldown comes back. We could heal up Baze. Although I didn't realize that would make him auto taunt. In retrospect, maybe just Mothma's auto would have been better there. So now when she ults, it's gonna get spread between 6 people and do way less damage than it would. Yeah, see, that's great. Get him down. Oh, he's back up. That ult is nasty. Going after Baze again. Still not able to take him down with the whirlwind. It's alright. So she's not coming back, but Ben's still going to keep coming back, which is super annoying. Keep taking him down. I mean, at this point, it's over. Ben is like paper at this point. Jeez, that's a big auto attack from Drogo. Is it Drogo or Drogon? I think it's Drogon. Let's look up a counter, baby. Look up the counters. I don't know. I kind of miss the old layout. Not crazy about this layout. This update they've done to the website. So who do we use to kill Jabba? So the problem is all we've got is C and Jabba, I think, as far as GLs go. So he's got Boba, and he's got Embo. No skiff. So the only problem with using C, with using Sith Eternal Emperor, is that you basically lose your damage dealers, and here, let's move this along. You basically lose your damage dealers, so you're left with C and Jabba, and neither of them can kill the other one by themselves. So you just end up at like a stalemate. But at least you set yourself up for an easy cleanup. So I think that's where we're at here. Could I have done a mirror match and maybe won? Yeah, I could have. I could have done a mirror match and possibly one-shot it. But the question is, what happens if I lose? And I'm not sure I would be able to win at all, get past it at all, if I lost that mirror match. If I just got smoked. I haven't done a Jabba mirror match in a long time and just didn't want to risk it. I knew I'd be able to link Leia, Boushh Leia, and Chrysanthemum and get them both out. And at the very, very least, I would be able to clean up a few. If you get Boushh Leia down and Chrysanthemum, it's basically an easy win. Not looking good. But we're almost where we need to be. They could still kill me at this point, though. I think Boba, with a really well-timed second special, could probably win. I need to try and keep both of them who are targetable with shock on them. That's okay. He's not going to kill me with that. Now I want to use my first special so that Boba Fett won't come back to life. To kill them. Because if I just kill them with basics, he's going to come back to life and... God, look how sketchy this is. So close. Got it just in time. And now it's going to end up just being a tedious little 2-minute countdown. Smacking each other with wet paper towels. Easy cleanup. There we go. Now start the turn meter terrain. One more. Oh, unfortunate. Punch his fat face. Boom! That's a big shot. Big shot. Like Billy Joel. Alright. Traya. Good Traya counter. What's a good Traya counter? Galactic Legends, dude. Must be nice to have all these Galactic Legends to use, like... Gas. Is Gas really that trustworthy counter against a Traya squad? Although my opponent's Traya squad I don't think is super healthy. I don't think they're a very high relic squad. but gas definitely does seem to be pretty high up there. And I don't want to. I want to hang on to Jabba because I want to just make sure I have something big for the back row, just in case. So let's see how this gas squad does, and if they've got the damage reduction, which I should use. So I used the protection up assist thing and the protection disruption. Shouldn't have used that one. I should have used the damage reduction one. Because I don't think you really get the benefit with this squad. Gas hits Savage incredibly hard. I'm not sure what it is about Savage's... They all kind of do. I was surprised how much damage the 501st were doing against Savage. I would have thought Savage would hold up much better against, you know, those barrages. I am nervous about getting one shot by Nihilus. Like, I feel like there's a lot that can go wrong with this counter. Ooh!
Hello there. Oh, this is going to be easy.
She was almost down.
Systems are our specialty.
Maybe a guy. Maybe Darth Nihilus is a guy. I don't remember. Go after him. Get him down before he annihilates. Pow! Love to see it. Now I gotta go after her because Trail just... I love it when he gets up and the focus is still on somebody else. I forget what that's called. Oh, we ended up losing somebody. I was surprised how well this worked though. Look up the counters, baby. Look them up. Look them up. Look them up.
Resistance is dead. The war is over. And when I kill you,
So Sidious
I will have killed the last
is what we were able to find. There are definitely some GACs where I don't use Sidious at all. So when I find something that he works pretty well on, I feel comfortable throwing it right out. It's like Wampa, right? I don't get to use Wampa very often. So when I find something that he works against, I'm very anxious to use him. The cleansing though, dude, like...
Master Skywalker.
Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. I want every gun we have.
That was huge though. Vandor finally succumbing to the dots. Now everybody else can just die and not come back. Although the amount of dots I've got on my head right now are disconcerting, but you kill somebody and then you go back up to full protection, so... Oh, and he just cleanses him. He just cleanses him.
And then I burn it down.
16 dots he had, though. So, the Finn Haldo, not an easy squad. Riva, not an easy squad. The Iden, I'm not super worried about. So we do need, like, some... Those are decent back row squads, man. Like, those are front row squads for me. Now, he put a couple of back row squads up front. Personally, I like... You know, spoiler alert, if you ever play against me, I like to put. I've dabbled in the past, but after my experiences, I like to put all my strongest squads up front. I know sometimes it's nice to leave something in the back row as a little, surprise, a little like, I hope you weren't expecting this, kind of like a deal. But I find that strategy with what's going on right now with this meta, with how many really strong squads are in the game right now, I feel like you have a much better chance of somebody getting stopped and not able to get through one of your front row squads than you have of really faking somebody completely out and getting stuck with that one squad in the back row. But then even if you do get that, right, you end up wondering, like, well, would I have stumped him if I had that up front? So that's where I've kind of been. The amount of times I've stopped somebody with one squad in the back row is I could count on one hand. And the amount of times that I've stumped somebody from getting through one of my front rows are probably in the dozens. If they put too much on defense, I can stump them with one of my front rows. But a couple of times I've shot myself in the foot trying to be, clever and putting something in the back row, and I wasn't able to get through one of their front row squads, or, they were able to get through it anyway, and it didn't stump them at all. And so I've just kind of come to the conclusion that you just put all your best squads up front, because if you are able to keep them from getting through one of your front squads or front rows, it's going to be much more impactful than stumping them in the back row. And I just feel like that, the odds are just as good. There's so many good squads right now that you fuck up one battle, just one battle, and it throws your whole GAC off. Now all of a sudden you start needing to make adjustments and try some like this one, right? Like I got stumped on my SLKR right out the gate, threw my SLKR away, and now all of a sudden I'm a GL behind, and I have to two-shot Jabba as well. I've got some nasty Datacrons.
Who are you? Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, we're going against the Reva squad, so I don't have a lot to choose from as far as that goes. So we got to try the Traya squad. And Traya's taking shots like a champ. And then all of a sudden you see it starts to get sketchy, and then that's all it is. So when you annihilate Reva, she doesn't come back. She doesn't get any of her revives. So that's smart to do. I know a lot of the knee jerks go after GI, but if you get her out, you can just clear it real quick. Just get out from behind her. That can go south real quick, though. Can go south real quick. So this is a squad that I've had on defense quite a bit. I had a few GACs where I was going through the counters like you see me do, And you're trying to pick out counters, and you keep seeing this squad pop up, and you're like, man. And I think there was one counter where this was like the best. It may have even been a Ray. It may have been a Ray counter. But I wanted to start getting good with this regardless. It's a really fun squad to play with, and ever since I built it, I've always had it on defense. And so I wanted to throw it into the rotation and have it in case I went up against one of those squads again where I had a lot of stuff on defense or a lot of stuff that I use for something else, and this was the only other counter recommended. And so it's like, you know what, I don't see this get holds for me that often, but if it can be like a Ray squad or, you know, get me through, like, I think this is no easy squad right here. I see this a lot, and I have mine on defense, and mine gets a lot of fucking holds, dude. I get a lot of holds with that Finn Haldo squad with Zori. I've got the Zori Omicron. I've got the Haldo Datacron, and I was able to get my Resistance Hero Finn's speed, I don't know, somewhere in the 320s, I think, almost 330. And he just outspeeds a lot of people. It's really fun to use Malicos. Really fun to use Malicos. And I never really got to use him. Always on defense. Wasn't really sure about this squad. So it's like, well, let's put it on the bench for a little while and see where it pops up. Start getting more comfortable using it. And using it there was very encouraging. I mean, they took a lot of shots. They were really hard, you know, for that Finn squad to damage. It took a lot of shots. I thought Malicos was going to go down for a second, but they just kept, you know, coming back up to healthy.
I'm Cal Kestis. I might be one of the last of my kind. We were betrayed by
So we might as well use this squad somewhere, right? We've got it.
hunted down by the Empire.
Now, I don't know why, and maybe somebody can explain it to me. Isn't everybody supposed to be exempt from dying until Qui-Gon dies first? So why does Mace go down there? I'm confused. He's got the Omicron.
May the Force be with you.
Long live the Empire.
Does he not count? Is he not, like, I don't know. So now Iden Versio, last but not least. Alright, so Adrad is the squad. Really, really high consistency rating against this exact squad, but I'm still skeptical sometimes. Still skeptical using this from time to time. It's not as strong as it used to be. And if Iden Versio's got Scout, I would have loved to have used Wampa, but if they've got Scout, Wampa's usually not an option. Not sure if it's everybody or just Adrad, but I think it's when they have that buff on them. If they kill somebody, they don't come back.
I shall demonstrate my power. Open fire.
But maybe not. So everybody had the buff there. So I think that's why they didn't come back. He's got the buff there.
Are you quite finished? Long live the Empire.
Nice. And now just ships. I don't think he has
The Empire.
Darth Revan's ship.
Long live the
Nope.
Empire.
But you know, this is not like a cakewalk by any means. This one kind of is,
Are you quite finished?
because just slipping the bomber in really
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
tips the scales.
I would like to see the baby.
This is the way. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
I would like to see the baby.
This is the way. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
I would like to see the baby.
Hey, spit that out.
Really like to already have that tank down by now. There we go. Really don't want to lose mine. Keep him up. Keep him healthy.
Hey, spit that out.
My tank is hanging on. Hanging on. Alright. He gets taunt. So annoying. Gotta get that Outrider down. There we go. Alright, it's basically done now.
This is the way.
Wiggle wiggle.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
I would like to see the baby.
Hey, spit that out. She's got the high ground.
Couldn't get one assist. Alright, there we go. 72. Good banners.
Hey, spit that out.
So mirror match on the bounty hunters.
I told you that was a bad idea. I can bring you in warm.
Swarm IG right out the gate. That is the move. When you get swarmed, you hope it's on
This is the way.
Bosk's ship. Here it wasn't, unfortunately. Hammer away at Mando while their dude is stealth. Nice. Got one of his down. Mine is still up. Ooh, still up. Yeah, let's make him healthy and get that focus off him. I think that's huge. That's more important. You still got Mando focused. See if we can, get him down. That's money. Money in the bank. Call him in to wipe that off of Bosk. Get some double taps. Definitely the move. Can't go much smoother than this as well.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay. Don't want to focus him yet because I don't want to get hit by that counter. I don't need him stacking up his ult any faster than me. There we go. Yep. Keep stacking it up on Bosk. I don't want to get countered. Alt. Alright. Now we can do whatever. Can we target? No, not yet. Now we can. Swarm him, yeah.
You have something I want.
And then I want to get one more and get another ship out. Luckily, Bosk can take some hits. Let's get him softened up. There we go. And now finish it off with full ships out. That's another great ship score. I'll take 73. Alright, so Empire against this Negotiator. Not super comfortable with this. In fact, I probably shouldn't have played it like that. I shouldn't have sent Annie into stealth. Should have probably focused the tank first.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oof.
You have something I want.
Nice. Leave him alone. If he dies, we're in trouble.
So, what squad are we taking in? The Bad Batch. Squad are we taking in?
Still can't target anybody else yet.
What squad are we taking in? The Bad Batch.
Still can't target any yet.
We started.
I don't want to waste it on him. Let's save it. Wow, dodge. Gotta love it. Nice. Yeah. Just use it, yeah. And he's worth it. And he's worth it. It's better to use it on this ship, but Annie's ship is the one that's gonna house everybody with its damage. Basically have this one. So full clear. We dropped a couple battles. Another really great score. Really top-notch fleet scores. So that's GAC. Let's open up Star Wars and see. Last I saw, I think my opponent was stuck.
Wrecker's gonna love this. The cavalry has arrived.
I really want the PC version. I still don't have a pass, and it's probably going to release. Oh, okay. TB is finished. Oh, I could show you my win in the Revo with crappy mods. Yeah, so he's not budging. So, like I was saying, my Finn squad gets a lot of holds. So I got one hold there. Don't think he went at our back row. Never went to the back row. And then when he went up top, so he dropped one battle on my Grievous squad. He was able to get it down, and then he dropped a battle on Lord Vader. And then I've still got Bo-Katan and Reva. So I think he's done. I think he's stumped. So that's where we're at. And that was Grand Arena. What Grand Arena is this? I think this is round 1 of the second phase of 5v5. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get another video or two going, but we'll see how the recordings go, right? I'll probably just do something similar. Just start recording. And if it jacks up in the middle, you know, oh well. And if it doesn't, then we can always record over it again. So, yeah. Hope you guys are doing well. I am watching The Acolyte. I don't hate it as much as everybody else hates it, but I do think it's bad. I liked episode 5, the most recent episode. Spoiler for The Acolyte. I really liked the lightsaber battle. I thought the choreography was cool. I think that actor, Jason from The Good Place, as the Sith guy, I really like him a lot. I hate everybody else. So I'm hoping there's a lot more of him in the next upcoming episodes, because he makes the show for me. Really like him a lot. I think the writing's stupid. I think most of the acting sucks. I think the show is kind of boring. There's so much I don't like about it. There's not nothing that I like about it. There are things that I like about it. I like the spectacle. I love the bad guy. There are elements of mystery that they've created that I really enjoy, that I'm really looking forward to figuring out. You know, what's up with this? But for the most part, it's not a good show. Would I rather... See, I think the biggest question that nobody's asking about The Acolyte is, would you rather have The Acolyte, or would you rather have nothing? And my answer is, I would rather have The Acolyte than nothing. And there's nothing else right now. There's no other Star Wars going on right now. Like, I didn't love Ahsoka. I liked Ahsoka a lot. I loved Andor. I like The Mandalorian. I loved the first season of Mandalorian. But the bottom line is would you rather have The Acolyte, or would you rather have nothing? And no question, I would rather have The Acolyte. I don't love the creators. Don't love the lead actress. I don't love things that they say behind the scenes. But I try not to let that impact my enjoyment of the show, although it inevitably does. They inject their personal politics and their ideology into it, and I would rather them just let that go. But that's part of who they are. Maybe they can't tell a story without injecting that shit in there, because that's just who they are as creators. Okay, but that, I think, takes away from the quality of the show. That's just the bottom line. But I'm enjoying the show. I look forward to watching it. I don't think the episodes are good for the most part, although I think 5 was pretty good. there are things in each episode that I enjoy. I really loved that one Jedi had just been meditating for years, and he had like an impenetrable force field around him. I thought that was a really cool concept. I like that. I was tripped out by it, and then they're like concocting a poison, and not sure how we're gonna get him out of it, but I like. There are things to like about the show. I'm not gonna go into everything that I like about it and everything I hate about it. Is it the worst show? No, I don't know. I think the Acolyte and Boba Fett are really duking it out for the worst Star Wars show, but I would rather have something to watch than nothing to watch. And that's the Acolyte. Love you guys.